Hey everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Henry.
And I'm Sarah. It's great to have you with us again today.
If you're new here, this podcast is all about helping you improve your English in a fun, practical, and real way. And if you're a regular listener, welcome back. We appreciate you.
Now, today's episode is a big one. We're talking about something every English learner struggles with at some point: grammar mistakes. Ugh, right?
Yep, the dreaded grammar traps. Whether it's using the wrong verb tense or forgetting those tiny little words like a and the, grammar can feel overwhelming.
But here's the good news. You don't need to be perfect. In fact, today we're going to show you how to speak English confidently without stressing over every grammar rule.
That's right. We'll talk about common mistakes, why they happen, and, most importantly, how to fix them. We've also got some fun examples, live practice, and tips to help you sound more natural.
And this isn't going to be a boring grammar lesson, promise. This is all about real conversations, practical strategies, and building confidence.
So, whether you're learning English for work, school, travel, or just for fun, stick around. We've got a lot to share, and by the end of this episode, you'll feel much more prepared to speak without second-guessing yourself.
Let's get started.
All right, let's dive into the heart of it, the most common grammar mistakes English learners make.
Yes, and listen, if you've made these mistakes before, don't worry, you are not alone.
Not even close. I've taught English for years, and I've seen the same things pop up again and again. Let's start with the big one: verb tense confusion. So many learners mix up present, past, and future tenses, like saying, "Yesterday, I go to the market," instead of,
I went to the market. Yeah, past tense. It's tricky, especially when your native language doesn't change verbs as much.
Here's a quick tip. When talking about something finished, use the past tense. Even if the sentence seems short or simple, like, I ate breakfast, not, I eat breakfast.
Right, and practice helps a lot. Try telling short stories about your day using past tense verbs. Next up, subject-verb agreement. This one trips up even advanced learners.
Totally. Example, he go to school every day. That's incorrect. Why?
Because it should be. He goes to school when the subject is he, she, or it. We usually add s or es to the verb in the present simple.
Yep. She likes it. Rains, he plays. One way to get better at this is by listening to native speakers. Your ear will start picking up what sounds right.
Oh boy, articles. An and these tiny words cause big confusion.
They're small, but they matter. For example, people say, I saw elephant, but we need an article, so it's, I saw an elephant.
Right. A and an mean one, and we use them with singular countable nouns. A dog. An apple an is used when the next word starts with a vowel sound.
And the is used when both the speaker and listener know what you're talking about. Like, the sun is shining. There's only one sun, so we say, the.
Next up, prepositions, those little words like in, on, at, to. For learners often say things like, I'm good in English, instead of,
I'm good at English. Yeah, prepositions are tough because the rules don't always make sense.
true. We say interested in arrive at the station, but arrive in a city. It's all about exposure. Reading and listening really help.
A great tip? Keep a preposition notebook. Every time you hear a phrase like afraid of or depend on, write it down. Finally, sentence structure. Learners often translate directly from their language, and it sounds a bit awkward.
Yes, like, I very like pizza. That makes sense in some languages, but in English we say, I really like pizza.
Another one. He can plays guitar. It's actually, He can play guitar, no AS, after modal verbs like can, should, must.
So remember, in English, we usually follow subject plus verb plus object. I eat apples, she loves books. Keep it simple.
Wow, we've covered a lot, and we're just getting started.
So if you've made any of those mistakes, don't feel bad. We've all been there.
Exactly. And now that you know the why, let's talk about what causes these mistakes in the first place.
Yep, and how to stop making them. That's coming up next. Okay, so we just talked about the what. Now let's talk about the why. Why do these grammar mistakes happen even after years of learning?
Great question. First, let's be honest. English is not an easy language. There are so many rules and exceptions to those rules.
So true. Even native speakers mess up sometimes. But for learners, there are a few common reasons why grammar mistakes happen again and again.
One of the biggest ones? Translating directly from your native language. Your brain thinks in your language first and then tries to convert it into English.
Exactly. But grammar structure is different from language to language. So when you say something like, I have 25 years, you're thinking in Spanish or Portuguese, where that sentence makes perfect sense.
But in English, we say, I am 25 years old. So translating word for word often leads to grammar mistakes.
Another big reason? People want to speak fast, and that's great, but sometimes speed comes before accuracy.
Right? You're in a conversation and you just want to keep talking. So your brain skips grammar checks. It's like trying to drive a car fast before learning how to steer.
Good metaphor. But honestly, it's okay to slow down a little while you're learning. Accuracy builds confidence, and confidence leads to fluency.
Another reason people make grammar mistakes? Fear, nervousness.
Absolutely. When you're nervous, your brain freezes up. You forget rules, you second-guess yourself, and sometimes you just go blank.
And then you think, oh no, I made a mistake. But here's the truth. Making mistakes is part of learning. Everyone makes them.
Absolutely. When you're nervous, your brain freezes up. You forget rules, you second-guess yourself, and sometimes you just go blank.
Exactly. Real English, the kind people speak every day, helps you feel what sounds right. Listening to podcasts like this one, watching shows, reading stories, all of that helps your grammar improve naturally.
Your brain starts to absorb the correct patterns, even without thinking about the rules all the time.
So just to recap, grammar mistakes usually happen because of translation, rushing to speak, nervousness, or lack of real-world English input.
And guess what? All of those things can be improved with practice and the right strategies.
And that's exactly what we're going to talk about next. How to fix these mistakes and build great grammar habits. Don't go anywhere.
All right, now it's time for the good stuff. Let's talk about how to fix grammar mistakes and actually become more confident when you speak.
Yes, we're not here to just talk about problems. We want to give you solutions. And don't worry, you don't need to memorize every grammar rule.
Thank goodness, right? Because even we forget the rules sometimes.
Let's start with tip number 1. Think in English. When you translate in your head, you slow down and make grammar errors.
Exactly. So instead of thinking tengo 30 años and translating that into English, try to build the English version naturally. I am 30 years old.
Even if you're thinking simple thoughts, like I like coffee or it is sunny, do it in English.
Start small. Narrate your day. I am brushing my teeth. I'm going to the store. I feel happy today. That internal dialogue helps train your brain. Next tip, the shadowing technique. Have you tried this, Henry?
Oh, yes. I recommend it all the time. It's when you listen to a native speaker and try to repeat what they say exactly as they say it.
Like shadowing them. Hence the name. You copy their rhythm, pronunciation, and yes, grammar structure.
You can do it with podcast clips, movies, or even YouTube. Just pause, repeat out loud, rewind, and do it again. It's powerful.
Here's one you may not have thought of. Keep a grammar journal.
Love this. When you notice a mistake you made or a sentence that confused you, write it down. Then write the correct version next to it.
It's like your personal error log, but instead of feeling bad, you're learning from each one.
Over time, you'll see your weak spots. Maybe it's past tense or prepositions, and you'll be able to focus your practice.
This next one's simple but powerful repeat correct phrases, not just grammar rules.
Exactly. Instead of memorizing third-person singular verbs in present simple take, S, just repeat, she likes chocolate. He drives fast.
Your brain remembers patterns, so build a bank of correct phrases and use them again and again in conversation.
And of course, use tools that make learning fun. There are great apps like Grammarly, Elsa Speak, and Quizlet that help you catch mistakes and practice grammar naturally.
Also, YouTube channels, grammar podcasts, even this one, are great for hearing how English sounds in real life.
And if you like games, try Duolingo Anki flashcards or BBC Learning English. Mix it up so it never feels boring.
Here's a mindset shift. Don't wait until your grammar is perfect to speak. You learn through speaking.
Yes, think of it like going to the gym. You don't wait to be strong before you start lifting weights. You lift to become strong.
So practice speaking every day with a friend, a tutor, or even by recording yourself.
And when you make a mistake, smile, correct it, and move on. That's what real progress looks like.
Let's quickly review. Think in English shadow native speakers. Keep a grammar journal. Memorize phrases, not rules. Use apps and tools. Speak, speak, speak.
Exactly. These aren't magic tricks. They're habits. But if you stick with them, your grammar will improve faster than you think.
And hey, if you're feeling inspired, we've got a fun practice segment coming up next, where you can try these tips with us in real time.
Don't miss it. It's your turn to speak. All right, it's time for our live practice segment where you get to participate, whether you're at home, on a walk, or riding the bus. Get ready to speak out loud with us.
We're going to say a few sentences, first with a grammar mistake, then we'll fix it. Your job? Repeat the correct version after us. Ready?
Let's go. Listen to this. Yesterday, I go to the park. Something's not right.
Right. The verb tense is wrong. It's in the past, so we need the past form of go. Repeat after me. Yesterday I went to the park.
One more time. Yesterday, I went to the park.
Next one. She eat breakfast every day. Sounds familiar?
We need to fix the verb to match she. She eats breakfast every day.
Again, she eats breakfast every day.
Okay, try this. I saw elephant at the zoo. We're missing a little word.
Yup, we need an article. I saw an elephant at the zoo.
Say it with us. I saw an elephant at the zoo.
How about this one? She is interested for music. That sounds a little off, right?
It should be, she is interested in music.
Say it out loud. She is interested in music.
Here's a bonus one. He can sings well. Can plus verb no S, right?
Correct. He can sing well.
Let's say it together. He can sing well.
Awesome job. Even if you didn't get them all right, you spoke, and that's what matters.
Exactly. Repeating correct sentences out loud helps your brain remember grammar naturally. You're not just learning, you're training.
We'll be doing more of these in future episodes, so keep listening and practicing with us.
Up next, we're answering some common grammar questions from learners like you. Don't go away. Welcome back. Now it's time for one of our favorite parts of the show, listener questions.
These are questions we've received from our English learners around the world. And even if you didn't ask, we bet you've thought about them. This one comes from Maya in India. She asks, when do I use a and when do I use an? I always get confused.
Great question, Maya. The rule is pretty simple. Use a before words that start with a consonant sound like a book, a car, a university. Use an before vowel sounds like an apple, an hour, an umbrella.
And yes, it's all about sound, not spelling. That's why we say an hour. The H is silent, so it starts with a vowel sound.
Here's a fun one from Ali in Egypt. He asks, why can't I say he can sings? It sounds better to me.
We totally get that, Ali. But here's why. After modal verbs like can, should, must, or will, we always use the base form of the verb no s, no ed, nothing.
So we say, he can sing not. He can sing same with, she should go. They must leave.
This one's from Diego in Brazil. He asks, do I always need to use the in front of nouns?
Short answer. No, use the when you're talking about something specific like the book on the table or the sun.
But if you're talking about something general, you might not need it. For example, books are important. Not the books are important, unless you're talking about specific books.
So ask yourself, does the listener know which thing I mean? If yes, use the if not. Leave it out.
These are great questions, and we'll answer more in future episodes. If you have one, message us on Instagram or comment on our YouTube channel.
And up next, we're wrapping it all up with a quick recap and a grammar challenge for you to try after the episode.
Stick around. It's time to put everything you've learned to the test.
Before we finish today's episode, Sarah, I want to say something important to everyone listening.
Me too, Henry. Learning English, and especially grammar, can feel like climbing a mountain. Sometimes it's frustrating, and mistakes seem to slow you down.
But here's the truth. Making mistakes means you're learning. Every error is a step forward.
That's right. The best English speakers are not the ones who never make mistakes. They're the ones who keep trying, keep practicing, and never give up.
So don't be afraid to speak. Don't be afraid to mess up. Speak as much as you can, and your grammar will improve naturally.
You're on a journey, and every word you say is progress. Keep going. You've got this.
Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time on the English Learning Podcast.
And that's a wrap for today's episode. We hope you enjoyed learning how to speak English without making grammar mistakes.
Remember, it's all about practice, patience, and believing in yourself. Keep using the tips we shared. Think in English, shadow native speakers, and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
If you liked this episode, please subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with your friends who want to improve their English too.
Thanks so much for listening. We'll catch you next time.